Hello everyone, my name is Minh and today I will be presenting the results of the survey data analysis process SBSS on a sample of 114 field observation. The presentation consists of five main parts. The first is perspective analysis, the second is reliability test for fact, the third is EFA, the fourth is rejection, and finally is conclusion. Let's begin with the descriptive analysis. Regarding the survey sample, the screening is the demographic variable from S1, S2, and D1 to D4 indicate that the sample equal concentrated for its variable. The measure of a respondent fall into a single dominant group fall into of for for each variable, the major of respondent fall into a single dominant group. For instance, up to 93% of respondents belong to group one into variable. Look at the memory content. The PVPF is EFP and CF on its type with very high means curve regarding from for dot 29 to for dot 48 on 5 scale. It indicate that the it indicate that the respondent give highly positive rating across almost all dimensions. Cons- Conversely, the PC comfort so significant lower means score of just one 99. This is a statistical point to not and it link uh, directly to the reliability issue we will examine in the next session. This is the more critical part of the analysis to pay attention to for the PC scale with the consist of five items, the compact alpha constant coefficient out negative value, especially less than size 0.242. Scientifically speaking, this is an anomaly as if a value typical range from 0 to 1 on SBSS also triggers an automatic warning starting the average covariance among that the item is negative, recommending a review of data coding is a highly reliable that certain question within the PC group were not reserved codes prior to conducting the analysis. On the one hand, the Pee scale is slightly research. The A averages 0.937 with on 5 item. Include furthermore, if we remove P3, the item with the lowest correctest item total the alpha in increase to 0 0.950. This confirmed that we create a bare and reliable scale to the user line in the subsequent status of analysis. Next, let us look at the factor structure of the remaining 24 items through explore factor analysis. Mm. In the explore factor analysis step, conduct for the 24 observed variable across two factors PV, PF, EFP, and CS. The KMO measure of sampling adequacy, which is 0.1944, which is silent. Additionally, pilots test of severity either statistically significant P less than sign zero, not zero, zero one, meaning the data is entirely suitable for EFA. The data entirely suitable for EFA. However, we encountered an unexpected, unexpected finding instead of splitting into five. This is factor at an ant- anticipated by the telephone model SPX extracts exactly one si- single component. It this sole component explained up to 17.7 of the total variant and on 24 agent lot heavily onto it because only one component was extracted. That extracted the factor matrix cannot be rotated. It strongly indicates that the scale may be suffering from discriminant validity issue, meaning they are not fully distinct from one another as expected. This is highly due to common methods but during data collection. Mm. And the next slide is this this is particular issue directly impacted rejection result and that's I am about reason. Moving on the rejection model variable calculate as the mean score of the item in PVPFSAND were inside to predict the dependent variable CSE. The result so a square value of 0.800 879, meaning that it's explain 87.9 of the variant in the CSE. The standard beta constant reaches 0.1900 30, 38 with highly statistically significant p less than shy 0.001 at first plane at at first at first at first at first plane at first plane this appear too highly This is a key to highly spread results. However, upon examining the to approach less than sign for dot 4 and the P plus diabetes considerably from the idea that 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 angle that angle is that angle is diagonal line, more importantly, combining. This was our EFA finding work on 44 work on 24 observed item largest onto a single factor. This is highly reliable that it and CSE at spring the exact same underlying contracts suggest that the high uh, R R2W value is tautological rather than an independent scientific finding, and therefore I recommend it's a rising portion before publishing the result in a genuine causal relationship. Based on based on of this finding, I would like to summarize our conclusion. To conclude our presentation, I would like to summarize the core finding in the definitive data decision made during this research. First, on a positive note, our dataset certify the fundamental requirement for quantitative analysis, the sample size, and weigh the KMO and Hollis matrix as specimen and the PQ scale. So outstanding reliability. Second, regarding our data adjustment, we make a strict decision to complete disclose the PC scale from on suppression step because it's a combat and fair were heavily negative at uh less than say 0.200 42 equal to have zero internal consistency, meaning the atom did not exert the same concept, removing it entirely were to protect the objective of the model. Furthermore, our EPA especially expresses only one the single component side the faster matrix could not be rotated, combining the remaining variable into one single composite faster variable X to run a simple linear regression mandatory step driven entirely by nature of the data to wrap up before effectively publishing the results. Our next necessary step will be to conduct common single factor tests and evaluate the correlation metric among two contract to verify discriminability and check for common meta bias. Finally, thank you very much for time attention and listening.